the party, to get naughty, get my rocks on, eat popcorn, watch you move your body to the pop song that I'm singing, ding-a-linging, funky beats ringing, everybody swinging in the place as I kick the J-A-Z-Z-Y style, R&B, mixing it with the hip-hop swing beat, champagne in my hand, it won't be long till I'm gone. It's just the same old song.
It's just a freestyle, meanwhile we keep the beat kicking. Sweat dripping, girlies in the limo eating chicken. Oops, don't get the grease on your pantyhose. I love you, Rover, move over, I gotta blow my nose, sneezing. But still I'm pleasing all of slimmies, pull out my Jimmy. Time to get busy with a Jenny, if it's good and plenty, don't you know? There I go, there I go, there I go. But I don't go nowhere without my gym hat. What I'm rapping is if she's clapping, then I'm strapping, cause I'm smarter than that. And then girlie, maybe we can get along. Cutie after cutie, it's just the same old song.
Speaking of which, fuck all that. Let's talk about a movie that makes none. I don't know. You know why I picked this movie? You know why I picked this movie? Because all of us is gonna have the same emotion. Like I just watched.
No. D, if I'm not mistaken, didn't I bring up this movie to you?
No, you didn't. I hate to be that person.
I could have sworn I mentioned Nothing But Trouble.
No, we were probably talking about same songs, but no.
This is a story about
because I credit that to another podcast I was actually listening to that actually brought this up.
So. All right, fair enough. I want to go ahead and just throw this out there, and I'm gonna let you just let me get my shit off, and I'm gonna let you two just ramble off. So Nothing But Trouble. D, this was not it's not just a cleverly named title. The whole setup, the whole premise, everything about this movie was nothing but trouble. Also, I thought about this as I watched the film. I applaud all of the practical effects that was used in this movie. Everything about this movie just screamed practical effects, and I applauded everything. That said, so I have a question for Mr. Daniel Akroyd. Daniel Skull Vodka Akroyd.
Daniel, I believe in aliens that parlayed into him making Crystal Skull Vodka.
Daniel, I'm actually Canadian.
And I own a farm.
My question to you, sir, is from looking at all of the effects, all the practical effects, all the sets, all the props, everything that was used in this movie. This movie came out in 1991. Was everything that was used, half of it was on the cutting room floor in the design room for when you guys were shooting Ghostbusters 1 and it just couldn't make it into the film, and the other half was used and left on the cutting room floor of Ghostbusters 2, and another section of it was used for a possible Ghostbusters 3 in the late 90s if the second movie was more successful than the first. I'm just curious, because there was a lot of stuff in here that felt like, I can see this being used in the Ghostbusters movie. It's like watching Ghostbusters without the Ghostbusters, the proton packs, or the special effects.
It had that same energy because of Dan Aykroyd. That's why. I think it's just because I know what you mean. As much as I really didn't have that thought process, it was like, God, you never. When you were done writing Ghostbusters, you just kept writing Ghostbusters, or kept trying to do something different. You know what I mean?
Like he kept trying to capture that magic of more so the first Ghostbusters, but the character that he plays clearly looked like an early design of what happened when he got possessed. I'm talking about that scene when he got possessed at the end of the movie by Vigo. Hold on, do y'all remember that? Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
When he got when he got
Peter. No, it's I.
Shoot him.
When he got possessed,
shoot him.
When that's that scene when he got possessed by Vigo in the end, I swear that looked like an early design of that character. Like his character in Nothing But Trouble.
Believe it or not.
Side note, I'm sorry, Chris. Side note. Because it just crossed my head because I've been doing it lately. Every time I have something in my mouth like a pen and I'm doing something, I say the same thing that Dan Aykroyd said when he was sliming the whole Statue of Liberty. Beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful.
I always
believe it or not. So this movie, the wiki doesn't show it. It was actually a video from this YouTube channel called Good Good Bad Flicks, and they did like a 25-minute deep dive into the behind the scenes of Nothing But Trouble and stuff.
I saw Hats Off do theirs. That's where I got it, because I went ahead and listened to their podcast too. Yeah. I know what I think I already know where you're going with this. I think I already know where you're going with this.
Basically, the movie came not from Ghostbusters, but from when they went to go see Hellraiser. Now, I gave up on the Hellraiser series after the first two because that's a territory of horror that I just don't care, because the whole thing of people's skin getting ripped off, I tap out. That's like, But
the first two Hellraisers are some of the best horror movies ever made.
Here's the thing. To be honest
with you,
they went to go see,
especially the second one, in Dee's opinion.
Yeah, that's why I tapped out after the second one. I was like, ain't my thing.
Come on, man. You had eyeballs, man, because after that, nothing. Hellraiser didn't make a lot of sense, but after the second one.
Look, I will never look at cube puzzles the same way. That's all I'm saying. Point is, Dan Akroyd and his boy, this is when Dan Akroyd was still on SNL. Well, they were on the latter part of the SNL at the time. No. That's a different story. But anyway,
what Chevy Chase?
No. It's something else entirely. I'm thinking.
Because if I'm mistaken, I know this was him and his brother that wrote.
Yeah, it was him and his brother. They went to go see Hellraiser. When they were in the audience, and I remember the first Hellraiser, there is some like unintentional, if you know horror movie from the 80s, there are some like unintentional funny moments because, the acting ain't necessarily the best and stuff, right? So
Ariel Quinn did nothing wrong. Fuck you.
Yeah. So it was one of those, they were in the audience and they were, they're watching Hellraiser and they're laughing at, things from that movie. And him and his brother got the idea, hey, how about we write a movie that's like a horror comedy, So he took 6 months to draft up this script for Nothing But Trouble. It wasn't called Nothing But Trouble. I think it was called it went through it. Yeah, Get.
G-I-T.
Yeah, Get. So they try to go to John Hughes. John Hughes is like, I actually like write my own material, even though he likes some of the sensibilities in the script because it hit to some of the stuff.
There are two stories of that. There's two stories of that. Story number one, Dan, this is excellent. No, I'm not going to do it. Well, I always write my own shit that I direct. Story number two. You know what, Dan? This is awesome. This is the fuck is this?
Yep.
So there's two stories.
Wait, D. No, what happened was
Nigga, that's Pretty in Pink.
No, D. He got to page 7 and said, "What the fuck is this?"
You know what? Looking at that in context of the movie. Yeah, I would say page 11. Yeah. If Hollywood screenplay is only supposed to be about like 140 pages long, in between that, in between like a certain thing, I would say this is probably 200 pages long because come on, it's Dan Akroyd.
And then after that,
so I'm pretty sure Eris, like page 11. Hey yo, Dan, I ain't doing this shit. What is this? Look. There's a typo in this and everything. I ain't doing this.
Then Dan turned around and went to
I'm sorry, Chris. Real quick, I got to answer Gaddafi. So this is Dan Aykroyd's Norbit.
Yes, it is.
You know what? Considering hold on, let me answer this. Considering that they both came from SNL, yes.
Yeah. So after, damn, you just cut out.
He just dropped.
Probably accidentally hit something.
It's definitely Dan Aykroyd's Norbit.
Yeah, it's ambitious as hell. It's like he was back on just a minute ago. Hold up, I'll wait before he does this and stuff. But yeah, I didn't even. Damn, that's a good thing, Norbit. It is. Damn. And is he going to drop on? Is he dropping? Yeah. Anyways, so he left from here and he went to his boy John Landis. If you don't know John Landis was the one that directed Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi in Blues Brothers. Went to John Landis. John Landis looked at the script and was like, "Fuck no," and decided. John Landis looked at the script and was like, "Yeah, go fuck yourself. I ain't doing that shit." I'm paraphrasing, but that's pretty. But he immediately was like, "The script
I'm pretty sure John Landis. Dan, what the fuck is this?"
Thank you.
No. Like, but come on. Last time we remember when we made the script for Ghostbusters. Remember made for Ghostbusters. Made sure that everything. Hey, Harold was with you. Harold was with him.
No, wait, D. Hold on. I got an argument that breaks the whole thing. John Landis is sitting here going, well, he's sitting there looking at the script, reading everything, and going, I'm sorry, Daniel. I'm just coming off of Coming to America.
Yeah, like, so I don't need this.
Like, I really have a feeling that if I were to touch this, even I can't save this.
So at the time,
you know what? I call bull crap. I think he could have.
I don't think he could have.
So no. I ain't say he was going to be successful at it, but if there was a Landis cut of this movie, we were like, Landis made this jump better.
So wait, hold on, Chris. I'm sorry. So what you're telling me is that this would have been Raul Julia as Bison.
Kinda.
Yeah.
It would have been that. It would have been a cut like that, where we're putting literally the best person on this entire project on the whole, like, giving him full access. You're giving him the keys to paradise.
Yep.
And he takes one look at it and goes, "Damn, there's a shortage of chairs here. All right, let me see what I can do."
And you know the sad part about that is, that's why they got Chevy Chase. That's why Chevy Chase was in. Chevy Chase was supposed to be the person that's like, well, there's a shortage of chairs here, but Chevy Chase, so he's gonna
Chevy Chase,
gotta sit down somewhere. Some shit like that.
Like Chevy, thanks for the espresso machine and a bag of shit, Chase.
Well, that's the thing. See, that's the thing. So WB at the time, they caught wind of the script because it was making its rounds prototypical of Hollywood and stuff. And it was like, hey, we're interested in this script. But if you do this, you got to put Chevy Chase in the movie. And we also want John Candy. Akroyd was like, yeah, sure, fine. And Akroyd also wanted to play the judge. And he also wanted to play. He wanted to play the lawyer that Chevy Chase
wanted to play
playing.
Chevy Chase, but then he wanted Chevy
and he also wanted to play the judge. So
just on some real shit too. Between Dan Akroyd and Chevy Chase, give me Chevy.
Yeah,
give me Chevy. And that's nothing against Dan Akroyd. It's just no, give me him.
Yeah. So they gave him a $40 million budget. He actually went $5 million over because.
How do you get a $40 million budget and still go over $5 million?
I can answer. Hold on, I can answer that. You know, this is my theory, all right?
Mm-hmm.
My tinfoil hat theory. Because everything up to 1991, everything up until Ghostbusters 2, a lot of Hollywood studios looked at Dan Akroyd and said, you know what? A lot of things that you've done in the past, you have it's great. You turned in gold. You made studios so much money. And we at Warner Brothers, hey, we're going to give you a budget. We're going to give you a very, very, very generous budget. Have fun with it. We only have one stipulation in place. Don't fuck it up.
I mean, think about it. Like Chevy Chase. I mean, you think about it. But you're right though, because it's like.
And I'm sorry, Chris. I'm sorry. I was just gonna say the reason why I say that is because this is Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers is still neutrally evil.
Ooh, but you think about it though. You think about the fact that Dan Akroyd, this is the guy that did the Blues Brothers. He did fucking Dr. Detroit. He did Trading Places. Ghostbusters, Indiana Jones for that brief cameo and stuff. Spies Like Us, Dragnet, The Great Outdoors, Caddyshack 2, even though it was inferior to fucking Caddyshack 1, but it's Caddyshack 2.
Why did you even mention Caddyshack 2? You know that me and Eris are going to reluctantly watch that movie one day? Do you know? Because I know you, Chris. Chris, you're going to do the right move and say, no, fuck this. That's BAM. Y'all have it.
I put Caddyshack 2 on the same par as fucking Ghostbusters 2. It's like, it existed.
Fuck you. Because Caddyshack 2 is a different level of unfunny.
Thank you.
Straight up unfunny.
See, at least Ghostbusters 2 is actually funny.
At least they kept Slimer in the movie, nigga. That's what I'm trying to
Hold on. Wait. Hold on. I don't want to turn this into a Ghostbusters podcast, but goddamn it, I'm going to say this. Slimer, my nigga, he got upgraded. My man got a job working for the city as a bus driver in the second movie.
And guess what?
Guess what? It was funny.
And Eris and me have seen Caddyshack 2. Let's combine all the funniness, just Chevy Chase, of Caddyshack 2 and compare it to one scene, Eris. Burn at the stake! Which is the better scene?
Shout outs to Harris Yulin.
No, but
also, Harris, this move.
Also, real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and keep it real. You want to know the real Caddyshack 2? You want to know what it's called?
Go ahead, Chris. You know what it's called.
Teed Off, Rocco's Modern Life.
Actually, I was going to say Who's Your Caddy, but he's actually, but Eris is right. But Eris is actually, I'm going to say Eris is right up here, nigga.
I mean, Who's Your Caddy is the spiritual successor to Caddyshack.
Teed Off is a better Caddyshack 2 than Caddyshack 2.
Yeah. It's actually the first episode of what we did on Bam, Eris.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, but Dan Aykroyd still had like, and also SNL, so he had that like weight. So of course he's gonna get 40 million thrown at him because he's Dan fucking Aykroyd. And
also real shit. The person that's a part of this thing, and I just looked it up because I thought it was John Peters. John Peters is a known producer at Warner Brothers. I'm thinking like it was probably him. No, it wasn't. It was actually Robert Weiss. Yeah. And Robert Weiss, let me tell you, this dude, he just lost all of it after the 80s. Okay, so check this out. He produced Kentucky Fried Movie, Blues Brothers, Police Squad, Dr. Detroit, Dragnet, Naked Gun 1, Crazy People, Nothing But Trouble, Naked Gun 2, the Weird Science television show, which is underrated. I will admit, underrated. Naked Gun 3. He produced Sliders, Chris. He produced Sliders. He did Tommy Boy, Black Sheep, Night at the Roxbury, and this is where he started to fall apart. Superstar. Ladies Man, underrated. Scary Movie 3, the last funny thing that whole series did. Scary Movie 4, and he did superhero movie. Holy crap. This dude is known.
So D, you know what that means.
Yep.
He's that century's John Carpenter.
He's
another John Carpenter.
Another John Carpenter.
Also,
yeah.
He stayed the fuck away from Blues Brothers 2000.
It's funny. It's funny, right? Because he was one of the producers that got picked to take over the Scary Movie franchise after they kicked the Wayans brothers out, and he just turned it into shit. The superhero movie is crap too.
Sir, they deboed the shit out of the Wayans brothers with Scary Movie when I heard what happened.
It's amazing that they replaced him. And all this dude has been doing was making duds, young.
But the point is,
like, Ladies Man is funny, but come on, it ain't made no money. Saying it like Night at the Roxbury's, overrated. Classic. It's not that funny. It ain't that funny, but I respect its cult status. You know what I mean? I respect the status, but come on, bro.
But the thing is, he got 40 million. The funny thing is, Warner Brothers asked him, "Hey, you got a director?" And considering at that time period, you gotta go through the whole process of vouching director. He's like, "Fuck it, I'll direct it."
And you know how Dan Aykroyd did it, gentlemen. I think I'm the best person for that job. As you know, that I will make sure that everybody stays on top.
So not only is he directing it, he's directing, he's producer, he's the writer, and he's doing double duty of doing the fucking Baby Twins and the Judge. So you're doing all that, and then
both of those roles. Hold on, Chris. And both of those roles, the Big Baby and the Judge, prosthetics.
Oh, now to be fair, if you know people in the prosthetic business, they were able to make breakaway prosthetic suits to where he could put those things on in an hour, which was very quick for that time because otherwise
an hour back then, yes, that was quick.
It was basically you put on the fucking suit, boom, 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 done.
Click.
Now,
put this on, put that on, put this on.
So what Eris is pointing out about the practical effects, that's where a good chunk of the budget came. All those cars and all that, but Eris, all those cars and stuff, they found a place, I forgot which state. This guy had a farm that had a bunch of abandoned junk.
Pennsylvania. That's where it was in Pennsylvania, because they did principal shooting in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and in New York, and I think they did out in LA too. Yeah. But I think that dude was in LA. Yeah, but that dude that they found for that was in LA. I got that wrong.
They filmed it on the Warner Brothers lot in Newhall, California. That's where they filmed a lot of the scenes. All the cars and stuff. This guy had a fucking big ass farmland that had nothing but abandoned junk and vehicles, and the studio was like, "All right, we want all of it." Had trucks. Got all that stuff, took it on the lot. Meanwhile, Warner Brothers, because they were too busy filming another movie, I think it was a Tom Hanks movie at the time, They were filming in New York. They didn't pay attention to all the money that Dan Aykroyd was putting into this film.
So they
didn't pay attention to none of this shit.
They just let it go.
They didn't know until the dailies came out. Because remember, dailies come out.
Yeah.
Wait, Chris. You know what this is? This is like John Hurd getting the Plaza Hotel bill at the end of Home Alone 2.
Oh, this is Freddie Got Fingered all over again because Freddie Got Fingered was the same thing. They gave money to Tom Green. Tom Green was like, "Oh, that's how much money you giving me? All right, you gonna let me do whatever the fuck I want? All right, cool."
They got the bill.
Aaron, Chris, you said they were dealing with another movie at Warner Brothers. And I said, what were they doing in 1990? And I looked at the 1990, June 1990. Cribblies 2, the new batch. Holy shit, Warner Brothers. What the fuck was going on?
No. Actually, it was a drama movie that they were filming in New York. Goodfellas. No. It was like what the fuck was the name? Because Tom Hanks is in it. God damn it, hold up real quick, because I know what it is too.
Bonfire of the Vanities.
Yes, Bonfire of the Vanities. They were filming that.
So damn, Hamlet was in 91. Didn't know that. Yo, shit.
Yeah, so
Never Ending Story. Yo,
so what happened was
sucked at that time.
They found out through all the dailies.
There was Never Ending Story.
They found out through dailies what Dan Aykroyd was doing in terms of all the production set designs and everything. They're like, damn, what the fuck, man? But at that point, it's like you gave him $40 million. He can do whatever the fuck he wants and stuff. So what are you gonna say?
You gave him $40 million and your trust.
Thank you.
What we're trying to say is, ladies and gentlemen, Dan Aykroyd eroded all of the trust he had at Warner Brothers, and this led Warner Brothers to do something that they should have done probably decades ago. Maybe we need to tell these niggas to stop.
But they didn't stop.
Maybe we need to tell them
they didn't stop. Because here's the thing. This ties into the story of this movie.
But hold on.
There is no story to this movie.
Also, that goes into as much, I would say more so this decade than any other decade. This goes into
that's a good one, Gaddafi.
Incompetency of all of Warner Brothers in the 90s, bro. It just goes in that.
There's no story to this film because it's the basic outline of it is lawyer is taking his hot ass neighbor played by Demi Moore to
New York. Not really a lawyer.
Yeah, well, I thought she was a lawyer.
No, she's a lawyer. Remember, he's a financial financial publisher.
Financial publisher. Taking her and her two, what's the ethnicity of them? They were like
they were Brazilian
couple, and they're driving. They were driving down to up to New York?
No, they were supposed to be driving to Atlantic City.
Yeah, driving to Atlantic City, New Jersey, which I've driven through New Jersey. Ain't nothing to write home about, to be honest. It's Jersey. What do you want? But anyways, so they're driving through there, and again, this is coming from Dan Aykroyd's experience of driving from Canada to SNL, and he drove through some little small town in upstate New York, speeding, and same scenario of this movie, driving to this little podunk house and going through Kangaroo Court, and that's what inspired Dan Aykroyd for this movie. Except
actually, hold on. You missed out this point. Not only was it a justice of the peace, but after it, the judge said, "I want you to have some tea with me and my family."
And he did.
Sure.
Talked for 4 hours.
Somebody said he was there for like 4 hours.
And he basically
kindly show these people to their room.
Now, the thing about this movie is these characters, this judge does not like rich people. Doesn't like them at all. And his brand of justice is basically killing people, which ties into when they're having that little train cart, which, by the way, that whole train table, costs $25,000 to make.
Eris.
This is money.
This is the crap I'm talking about, Eris. See, you and I, we appreciate this.
I appreciated everything from this movie.
Here's the thing. Eris gets all about I get on Eris's nerves about this because Eris loves it way more, loves practical effects. So I get on Eris's nerves on purpose with this. And I always say this because Eris is not fucking stupid. But I treat him like he's stupid. You know this shit costs money, right? Yes, D, it costs money.
$25,000 for a train
like $40,000, right, nigga?
No, and you know
that. You know if you get that to a person nowadays in Hollywood, yes, D, I would tell them no. Yes,
but you know that you already know what my response to that is when you lean over to me and say, "No, this costs like $40,000."
Yeah,
and
your response is D, get out of my
like. No, number one, D, get out of my face. Number two, art does not have a price tag.
No, is that meme of Mr. Incredible? Art doesn't like art. Yo, for
seriously, $25,000 for the train table.
But that's
the roller coaster that goes inside the house. They actually bought that from a carnival. I think that costs like $40.
See, and I'm glad you said
cool
no. Hold on, Chris. I'm glad you said that because I got something for you guys. If this movie was made or released by Universal instead of Warner Brothers, I could see this whole set being an attraction.
Yeah,
it should have been an attraction.
That was the point. That was the point he was going for. That was the point that Akroyd was going for. He wanted the house. He, like you said, the practical. He wanted to be a spectacle of a horror comedy kind of thing.
And that's the thing. And this is the reason why. This is one of the reasons why I wanted us to review this movie, because there is as no plot as this thing is.
I mean,
there is
a plot.
But guys, y'all seen it. There is real love put into all the effects that they do, even if it doesn't mean nothing. You want to know what I mean by doesn't mean nothing? 2 times in the movie, and I like how they did it at the very end of the movie. 2 times in the movie, Chevy Chase would glance at the judge and double take, and his nose, which already looks like a dick, would look like a dick. And it's a blink and you miss. Yep. And for me, I know it probably, especially back then in the early 90s, you know, when that humor was like really crude and nobody liked it. I know it went nowhere. But Dan Akroyd, this is D telling you this in 2021. Thank you. That was a joke I fully laughed at, because when you saw Chevy look down and looked up like, what the fuck? And you just see that dick nose and he's just smiling. I'm like, the fuck? And then at the end of the movie, I'm like, there's the dick.
That freaking extreme close up at the end talking about, gonna go visit my son-in-law. He lives up in New York City.
And then we get the Looney Tunes.
Chevy Chase runs. Hold on, leaves a body print on the wall talking about, no, you won't.
That was actually funny. No, you won't. That being said, now you're probably saying that was stupid. Yes, it was stupid. I laughed.
No, hold on. It was stupid. Hold on. It was stupid. It was stupid, D, but guess what? That was Dan Akroyd thinking of Warner Brothers, because that was some Warner Brothers shit.
Do you want to know what makes Warner Brothers? I'm sorry. Do you want to know what makes Warner Brothers dick hard all the time, no matter what, especially in the 90s and the late 80s? Looney Tunes references.
Looney Tunes.
And
any reference to Looney Tunes.
To this day, now it's 2 things in Warner Brothers to this day. It's Looney Tunes references and a Batman reference.
Yep.
There's remember, actually a year before, a bad movie, that Warner Brothers movie that we reviewed, Gremlins 2, the Batman symbol.
Well, I mean, I think also too, it was because also they couldn't structure a good ending for the movie. They were going back and forth, and that's what they came up with.
Christopher. The only thing that was well constructed was that mansion. Okay,
I know. Well, I'm just saying they couldn't come up with a good ending. The mansion.
So this is what they did. You say the mansion. I just say the amusement park called that town.
And that's the thing too. And that's the thing. That budget was just all the stuff that they got, all the materials that they got. Also, this is another thing too. I like Chevy Chase, the Fletch movies. I did watch those and stuff. The funny thing is, when it came out recently, that when Donald Glover came out and was like, yeah, Chevy Chase was a douche, and everybody's like, oh no. I'm like, guys, this has been an ongoing thing since forever of his career. And this movie was in particular because guess what? Number one, Chevy Chase was getting paid 3 times more than anybody on this fucking film. Number 2, Chevy Chase went from being on the movie to being a fucking dick, because even Demi Moore was like, yo, why are you bitching every fucking day you're on set?
There were several people that said they will leave because they hated how he talked to Dan Akroyd. Do you know how hard
Dan Akroyd had everybody?
Do you know how hard that is to get the whole crew to go, hey, yo, director, we behind. Do you know how hard that is? Even in good situations, to get the whole crew on your back. Hell, you probably saying, look, in next Friday, half that crew probably hated Ice Cube, but they were glad they were in the movie, right? Yeah. In this sense, everybody wanted to be there because of Dan Akroyd. And immediately wanted to leave because Chevy Chase wanted to be a dick.
And he was dialing it in, which if you watch the movie, you could definitely tell it went from like, oh, he's acting to now you're just going through the motions.
The one thing, and look, you know what's the saving grace from Chevy in this movie is one thing. His one-liners.
He knows how to do dry comedy very
He's
well.
Great at dry. He is the king of that. He's the king of really slick bullshit coming right back at your face. He's the king of that.
I mean, there's a reason why people wanted Ryan Reynolds to do like the Fletch remake, which thank God that didn't get greenlit.
Hey Chris, I stand by this. It ain't gonna hurt nobody if they did and made it bad. Trust me.
I mean, granted,
Chevy's whole legacy is fine.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's bulletproof. I mean, Ed Helms did the fucking National Lampoon movie and shit, and it was okay.
Terrible. They were terrible. Those were terrible. Those were terrible.
I'm talking about the remake.
No. I know you're talking about the remake. I was just thinking of the other National Lampoon movie with my favorite moment. It's like, I'm the damn tour guide. Ask any damn question you want. Yeah, can anybody tell me where I can get some damn bait?
Vegas Vacation was fucking hilarious.
My favorite Vegas Vacation. Any National Lampoon movie. Roll them up. Again, Chevy Chase.
Yeah, also gotta put this line. It's probably my funniest moment from Caddyshack.
You have to be the ball. You have to be the ball. Here's a funny thing. I agree with Brad, Chris Harris. I agree with Brad, and this is probably the only reason why we're trying to do Caddyshack 2 in 2035 is because you gotta understand. Me and Harris we're not in no marathon mode to get to that movie. We know we have to.
Hold on, D. Just to prove the point, we will do every Caddyshack inspired movie and episode on the show before getting to actual Caddyshack 2. So please, hold on, Chris. So please join us in 2048 when we talk about 2048.
By the time 2035 hits, 3BG will be on a network and they'll tell us, no, you're not doing Caddyshack 2. They'll save you from yourselves on that one.
You know what? First off, Chris, thank you.
Yeah.
Second of all, the network know who Dwayne is, right?
No. D, hold on. Wait.
They will pay you not to do Caddyshack 2.
Hey, Chris, hold up. You said
we about to embarrass Chris, tonight.
Hold on, Chris. You said that 3BG would be on the network in 2035. Excuse me. What took you so long?
Yo, fucking CW and shit on 10 o'clock at night and shit. Like, goddamn.
Don't do that, because I'll rock that time slot. Ooh, we will take advantage of that.
It's like, how much we getting paid? Oh, shit.
All right. Do it like this. Like, all right, guys, you ready? No, Dwayne, you can't say pussy. Fuck.
I'm gonna take it a step further and say USA Sci-Fi.
Sci-fi, sir. Sci-fi.
Wow, Eris, that's real bold of you to think that the Sci-fi channel is going to be around.
No, before they get
Sci-fi channel's gonna they're gonna turn into they're not even gonna be sci-fi anymore. They're gonna turn the number version of fucking sci-fi, the fucking hacker version of sci-fi or some shit.
The binary code.
Binary code sci-fi.
See, y'all giving them too much respect. See, I know NBC Universal. They're gonna merge them in with USA, and it's just gonna be USA. It's gonna be like USA Sci-Fi for like a year and a half, and they're just gonna make USA.
Sir, it's gonna be more lazy. It's gonna be USA 2.
No, damn, no, D, you literally kind of give Sci-Fi the same fate as G4 Tech TV. No, you did. You just said the same thing.
Yeah, you're right.
You did the same thing. Freaking G4 Tech TV. They became G4 Tech TV. dropped the Tech TV.
G4.
It just became G4 with two of the only successful shows to come out of Tech TV.
They gonna be.
Do you want to know the funny part though? The funny part is that I just know that's what NBC Universal would do to them, man.
They're gonna call it USA 2. Already, that's lazy right there.
USA 2. Hey,
look, and they'll flex all these things, and it'd be like one person like, so y'all used to show like sci-fi and shit. You're like, see Star Trek right there. They good.
No. Then they pull the MTV move and come up with USA 3, and it's like they bring back the USA Cartoon Express. They bring back the like the Action Extreme Team. They bring back all the old shit that was on USA.
I don't want none of this until we get the Oak Show, and it's a serious.
No, I'm just saying, like all the old shit that disappeared from USA, much like MTV had all their old shit that disappeared, they threw it on another channel until that 1 year run that they give it is gone, and then they throw something. Then they throw more of the same bullshit from their other two channels on this one.
You know what? Actually, because Viacom, all the Viacom stations, that's how they treat TV Land.
Because in all honesty, how many Robin Big reruns can you sit through before it gets dumped to another channel?
That's Chris. That's Chris's show, not mine. That's Chris.
The show, they just said it's the ridiculousness channel at this stage.
Yes, it is at this point.
MTV 1 and 2 just shows nothing but ridiculousness to the point to where their 40th anniversary was this year for MTV. And MTV said, "Fuck all that shit. We ain't celebrating it.
Ain't celebrating shit."
I laughed at that. I'm like, nope, not a Real World reunion.
No. That's on the Paramount. The Real World reunion is on the Paramount. It's on Paramount channel now.
Anything owned by Paramount, pretty much.
How much of a cop out is that?
How
much of a cop out?
Even to the point, real quick before we get back, even to the point that the fucking VMAs this year was so fucking lame because it wasn't even a celebration of all things MTV. I was like, damn, y'all really just dropped the ball all together, huh?
I think
it's more of them.
MTV is going to disappear.
It's more than not giving a shit. Like you notice that they dropped the music television marquee from their logo. It's just MTV. I'm like, they might as well change the M to R because remember it was damn near the reality TV channel for a while.
Yeah, and it
is kind of
well, it still is.
Yo, here's the thing. You know what pisses me off is that I got like they had I forgot what show they had that was talking about music, and they got no attention, but they showed Catfish all goddamn day.
Meanwhile, hey guys, did you know Video Soul is on 2BTV? I'm loving it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Donnie Simpson. Donnie Simpson and Video Soul is back, baby, on Tubi.
Yep. Is it real? Is it old? Is it old? Is the old one?
Oh no, it's the new. It's brand new. Donnie Simpson is hosting it. Got new artists coming on there. It's actually pretty dope from what I'm hearing.
And this is coming from a person that admires Donnie Simpson. He's looking older now, ain't he?
Robin Big is also on Tubi as well.
Yeah.
They're on Pluto.
I thought they were on Pluto.
They got their own 24-hour channel.
But
real talk, Harris. I swear to God, I'm fine with Pluto. I actually think Pluto's all right. But I'm a motherfucking ride if they ever take off MST3K. They take that off a Riff Trap channel, I'm done. I'm burning crap.
So getting back to that. So besides Chevy Chase, everybody else on the cast were fun to be around. Like John Candy, he was enjoying every.
Let me say something about John Candy. John Candy being the mute granddaughter of being the mute granddaughter. I don't know what it is. I think it was his facial expressions where I liked it so much because I know John was having fun. You could see on his face that he loved it. Like he's like, "You want to put me in drag? Perfect." No. That doesn't make my highlights good enough. You can tell that John.
It's kind of like apparently like when he got on set when they first put him in that outfit as the granddaughter and stuff, he was getting apparently like everybody. That was working on this film was giving him the old Tex Avery Wolf howls and stuff. And he's like, the things I do for $1 million. But I mean,
here's the thing. Look. But it's kind of funny. I think when you look at that little setup, we gave you this Dan Akroyd, we gave you John Candy, and we gave you Chevy Chase.
And Demi Moore.
On some real ish, that should work. That should work.
Also,
and you know where Warner Brothers was coming.
And you're getting Demi Moore coming off of Ghost.
Yeah.
Big
wow.
movie.
She was coming off that.
Coming off Ghost. So the fact that they were able to get her coming off of that, that ups the movie's value a little bit now. So it's like, oh shit. All right, cool. And Demi Moore, everybody said Demi Moore loved doing it despite having her crawling around on the dirt and all that stuff. She enjoyed being on there.
Demi Moore, this is just these God, we're not really going to talk about Demi because we just don't. This is the only era. This is the era of Demi I like before 1995. That's what I like.
Before G.I. Jane?
No, before Striptease.
Okay, yeah, we were.
Yeah, I was going to say pre-Striptease.
Yeah, because we were all kind of drinking the Kool-Aid of Striptease.
I did it because I didn't think that. Like, I'm an older man now, and I can see. Yeah, she was fine in that movie. But when I was a kid, I didn't like her.
But let's be real. Let's be real, guys. Y'all remember? Entertainment Tonight was jerking themselves, and Hollywood was jerking themselves off of. Oh, Demi Moore, she plays a stripper now. Yeah.
I mean, they was big time. Then a year later, she's playing a Navy SEAL. This is big.
Based on allegedly a true story.
Based on a true story. Every Navy SEAL. Okay. There's like 60 bad things in this movie, and all of y'all need to hear this. Yo, I remember being in RTC watching that movie, and I got to hear my gunny going like this. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. They stopped doing that years ago. That's bullshit.
It's over the top. It's over the top. But like
you're like, that's actually real. That's actually very real.
Children. But this whole movie overall, when you watch it, despite how bizarre everything is, you could tell it's a passion project that directors rarely get a chance to do.
Mm-hmm.
To be able to get 40 million, you could not get no person today will be able to get that much money to do their passion project.
The equivalent of 40 million at that time. The equivalent of 40 million would probably be $100 million. Ain't nobody going to get a director. You get free will with that 100 million.
To give a director to get a budget of $100 million, they would have to win every damn film festival in 1 year.
Now that being said, there are
in other words, they got to pull Nolan numbers.
Yeah. Who else will get that deal? Oh, they will give it to Scorsese. They'll give it to Scorsese. They will give it to Spielberg. They will give it to
I don't know about Scorsese because remember they were bullshitting them on the last movie that went to Netflix.
Oh yeah, that's because it was a whole little thing with it.
Oh, what, the Irishman?
Yeah, that was a whole thing with that though. You know, because remember, he was trying to do shit that any studio was like, nigga, we ain't doing that. You know, so but still, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, there are certain directors that I need this much. Well, yes, you will get that, Mr. Scorsese.
No,
also,
I need. I need this much. Are you making a comic book movie, Mr. Scorsese?
Comic book movie? That?
No, hold on. No. The comic book movie? Fuck no. Ugh.
Mr. Scorsese. Here's your check. It's been a great business doing with you. Now, make sure, listen to me, make sure you say nigger at least twice in that movie. We have a ding here in Warner Brothers.
Up there saying, Marvel. I'm like, nigga, you made the Italian cinematic universe movie. What the fuck we talking about here, dog?
Thank you.
Hey, Chris. Hey, Eris, don't get Chris to talking because Chris is going to sit up here and start saying This is the only thing I have against anybody talking about Scorsese because of that situation. Y'all get real. I was about to kick Task in the fucking face because he was getting blasphemous. He never made a good movie. Dog, shut up.
That's a stretch. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Task and all of his buddies were doing it. Oh, yeah, Task.
Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on. Stop everything before we get back to this movie.
Stop.
You're trying to tell me that he said Scorsese never directed or made anything good. You're trying to tell me that the guy, hold on,
not just
hold
him,
on, D. Hold on, D.
Bunch of
hold
people
on,
on Twitter was coming out of pocket.
Hold on. No, because I really feel this way because I've actually been to the Hoyt Schermerhorn station in Brooklyn. You're telling me that the guy who directed Bad hasn't done anything, has never made anything good?
You heard him. You heard a
Taxi Driver. Raging Bull.
Look,
Color of Money.
No, the best one was people doing this crap, Eris. Maybe this crap, Chris. The last good movie he made was Color of Money. Everything he made after that was just pure violence. It was like, dude, Martin didn't like Iron Man 2. Let it go. Just let it.
Like if you wanted to sit there and say, if you wanted to say, hey, I wasn't too fond of, I don't know, Hugo. All right, fair.
Sure. Because as much as I thought it got it praise, I didn't care for that fucking movie.
Yeah.
Oh, me and Chris, remember we just that movie came out when we just started 3 Black Geeks. Me and Chris played no defense for that movie.
I was like, it's like the Owl movie. It's like the Owl movie with fucking Zack Snyder. It's like I shrug at that movie. Like,
I feel, you know what? Real talk, that Owl movie that Zack Snyder made, I really feel like that was the movie that if that movie did good, that would have changed the whole course.
He did that after Sucker Punch. It's like you did Sucker Punch and then turned around and was like, I got something for the kids. Ow!
I got something for y'all fuck niggas. What y'all know about owls?
But anyway,
kids are gonna call for that.
My thing is this. Directors nowadays in that position of Dan Akroyd, at most you might get $5 million if you're lucky.
I mean, like now, real talk. I think but here's the difference is this: the budget that's made is set.
Yeah,
it's set. What they didn't do with Akroyd was give him any limit. They just said, "Here's the checkbook." They just say, "Here's the checkbook. You do something with it."
And
you know what I mean?
And that's why he went $5 million over.
That's never going to happen again.
And
that's never going to happen again. Because look, good example. Mm-hmm. Zack Snyder got what, like 150 million to do Justice League.
The culture is pretty damn good.
The culture here at WB. Anyway, did like whatever the budget was on Justice League, right?
Yeah.
They said, all right, Zach, this is how much you're getting. This part of the budget is just for that.
Mm-hmm.
This part of the budget is just for that. They didn't do that with Dan Akroyd.
Yeah.
No director is going to get free.
I mean, look at the time period, though.
Unless you're Scorsese.
I mean, if you look at the time period, let's think about it. It's early 90s. It wasn't just Dan Akroyd. There was a lot of people that was getting kind of carte blanche to kind of do whatever to a degree.
And this is what really,
Cutthroat Allen comes to mind.
That's what actually, God, what's the name of that motherfucking studio? They did Heaven's Gate, and that's what messed it up for them too, because it was like, I'm sorry, how many horses did you kill? Oh my God. Shut this whole thing down. Shut everything. Shut the whole studio down.
1980s movie Heaven's Gate?
Heaven's Gate, yeah. Who produced that?
That would be Partisan Productions.
Yeah, they're no longer here.
Ooh, yeah.
Like United Art, like all them people, United Artists.
44 million, only made 3.5 million. Yeah, that makes it. Yeah.
Like United Artists and all the rest of them. That's where that crap happened, because in the 80s, all these directors wanted to be freaking bourbon and make these passion projects. And the problem was, and what sucks about passion projects is two things: is that number one, you truly get to see what the director saw, what he wanted, all the rest of that shit. The flip side of that, it's hardly profitable. It is hard. It's rarely
very rare that you get profit.
Very rare that you get real profit from a real passion project. You know, I mean, and I'm not talking like, I don't know, like at least what I heard. Tina Fey said Mean Girls was a real big passion project, but that's Mean Girls, bitch. You ain't had no special effects and explosions going on in this joint. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but no director is going to get that type of push like that. That's never going to happen. Thanks a lot, Dan. You fucked it up for Hollywood. Yeah, but here's the funny thing: because that there's passion, this is the passion project. We're talking about this. If it had none of this in here, Eris, if this movie had none of the special effects, none of all that, you would have been just like me. Like, okay, why are we doing this movie? There's nothing to it. It's just a movie with a bad plot.
Because even
with all that passion, it turns into, this is bad. Look at this shit.
Because even Dan's love for cars, it goes into that chase sequence between, John Candy's cop character and them chasing them in that BMW and stuff, because Dan Akroyd likes cars and doing those kind of sequences and stuff. and that tied into all his love for everything.
Yeah, first of all,
how about that Beamer, Harris? I'm looking at you about that Beamer.
Yeah. First of all, shout out to that 1991 7 series.
That 7 series, Joe, man.
Did you like? Hold on. Did you like how the GPS was a real-time GPS that had the freaking
line come down?
It had the line come down on the screen. I'm like, yo, they put a legit TV screen in there.
Also, on some real shit, this is just D. Did you see them rims, my nigga?
Dude, those things come stock on the.
Those are the stock
series.
rims.
Yeah, those
are the
stock
rims. But Eris, ain't nothing like seeing it in its prime in 1990.
Even seeing it in its prime is one thing. It's the same thing I said about freaking GoldenEye when the Z3 was first shown.
Exactly,
now hold on. See, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Body of the Z3, beautiful, amazing. Let's talk about them rims.
I like how the nigga comes out of here. The rims, though, bro. What?
Boy.
Them
shits was hubcaps when they came out.
Hey, that's plastic on my car. What the hell's your problem?
Thank God 2 years later, like 2-3 years later, the M version comes out, and it took that same starfish look and made it into an actual deep dish rim, and it looks so much better.
I think the credit of the movie is like the movie goes from that whole scene, and when you get to the actual house itself, and they go inside the house, and they have that kangaroo court sequence and stuff. It's like the movie just gets wacky and wacky, and you don't even know. And you don't.
Hold on. I'm sorry, Chris. Harris. But he got caught by a motherfucking Pontiac.
No, I know, right? Hold on. They had the fucking Batman, and he pressed a button and.
Can we talk about that too? That Pontiac. First of all, for detour, my man had a detour switch. He flipped the switch, and it caused the freaking detour gate to show up. I'm like, son, this is some Batman prep time shit.
Hey, Eric, hey, Chris, look at me. Hold on. Am I looking at the right side? Defund the police.
Yo, did you like how he had a switch for not nitrous oxide, straight up flames?
Like, now here's the thing, Eris, I got
that made him go faster.
I was gonna say, Chris, Eris, isn't the flames that make you go faster?
It was the flames.
Each
exhaust pipe came with like an additional 25 horsepower.
I like how people think if it's flames, that means it's like a jet engine for something.
I'm kind of like, you know what? As ridiculous as the Fast series has gotten, I appreciate that over the course of the movies they dispelled. Like, you remember the first Fast and Furious movies and stuff when Brian turned the nods and had the flames coming out the back of his fucking Eclipse and stuff, right? I appreciate they got away from that shit and actually had it like Vin Diesel's character describes, like you just putting oxygen into the engine. So we're not going to do the flames. You can do your Nas shit, but your car does go fast. We're just going to do away with the flames. That's ridiculous.
You know the sad thing,
but physics, but the physics.
Yeah, I know, right?
The sad thing about those movies, by the way, is again, as you said, the ridiculousness of all that shit. Number one, that scene with Dom's Charger doing the freaking wheelie and burnout at the same time, impossible.
Yes,
you can never do that in real life.
By the way, I screenshot that picture of D.
That's perfect. That is perfect.
Uh-oh. D, you're cutting it out.
D's getting Thanos snapped right now. It's like, guys, I don't feel so good.
Mr. Stark, I don't feel so well.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I'm sorry.
You know what? I will say this much. I think my thing with this film, with that whole sequence is that was something that when I was driving cross country, there are small towns like that you drive through that does have that one sheriff in town and stuff. And that's always one of those things you fear. Yeah, hell, even where you're at, if you drive the back roads going towards Fredericksburg, there's some small towns between Manassas and Fredericksburg on them back roads where I'm like, some country bumpkin cop gonna come up out of nowhere and pop it with a ticket.
You're gonna get hit with that. You got caught.
You got caught. Like fuck it. But I did like how Chevy Chase was like, man. I like how his boy was like, man, you got a Benz. You just smoked this fool. So yeah, you're right. It is a Beamer.
Yeah, that seemed like logical advice.
Hey, his Brazilian boy, like you said, it is logical advice. He's like, hey, smoke him. I know I'm drunk. Smoke him.
No, what I loved was when he said, I love how he sobered up real quick and said, "You have a BMW, act like it."
He has a valid point there, sir.
He has a valid point. Hold on, he has a
gas there, sir.
He has a valid point, but guess what? Two things. Two quick things, Chris. Number one, yes, it's a 7 Series, but it's an automatic. Number 2, it's an automatic in 1991. It ain't that quick.
Still fast.
It ain't as quick as you think, okay?
Hey, still fast.
No, when Jason Statham drove
it's
that
automatic, nigga.
When Jason Statham drove that 7 Series in Transporter 1, he was outrunning the shit out of everybody. Why? It was a manual.
But also too, John Candy was kind of technically driving the Blues Brothers vehicle.
He was driving the Blues Brothers.
The Blues Brothers police vehicle. The Blues Brothers police vehicle gets like plus 100 to speed.
I'm about to say that's one of the most broken cars in movie history. Yeah.
But let me just say, yes, you were driving a 7 Series 3.3 liter, like 3.3 liter engine. That dude, you should have been lapping that Pontiac. You should have been.
Should have, but movies and stuff. But
especially after you got talked into it by saying, "Oh, I think I can outrun him. I really think I can outrun him."
For a hot sec, he did until, like you said, all of a sudden, spit that switch in.
Then all of a sudden, hey, I can drive faster than everybody else.
But the whole sequence when they get to the house, that's where the movie gets bizarre. And even I was like, so what's the plot of this movie again? And then all of a sudden, it's like the house is a character in and of itself because number one, it's a cluttered mess, which I'm a very clean person. I don't like cluttered houses like that. And like I said, that's probably why I kind of like when I watch those shows like the shows with everybody got cluttered mess.
You mean like like our girl Marie Kondo. Freaking Marie Kondo, declutter my life.
Yeah, that kind of shit. It's like that whole house. And what you find out is that this family, the judge and the whole family, they've been doing this shit for years.
Since the 1890s.
Yes, because, the judge is about 106 years old and shit. And he looks at it and like I said, going back to Dan Akroyd and them wanting to do everything practical, you could tell by like they accumulated all this junk, all the cars, and all the stuff is all piled up and stuff.
Everybody's passports and driver's license
and stuff is collected up. You see bones that it looks like the machine, which by the way, another practical effect is that machine. It's a very practical effect.
The Skinner.
The food they're eating, they imply that's the people that the Skinner chewed up and stuff, which makes it even more grosser when you think about it. It's like
it's awful.
I didn't eat hot dogs, so I had an adverse of not eating those type of hot dogs for a while.
Let me tell you something. When you see that first shot,
when you see gray, my nigga,
like when you see that shot of the hot dog, I immediately said, no, I'll starve. I will starve.
The second she took that junk out and plopped it down, I was like, no.
First of all,
I'm not even touching anything in this house.
No,
but you give me food now.
When Dan Aykroyd's character pulls out the ketchup and that shit came out more liquidy water than anything else, I'm like,
you see the face I'm making, right?
Glizzied. Fucking
that glizzy was terrible.
As people from DC, we can properly use the word glizzy without making it sound like a penis. Nah, them was dicks he was eating, man. No, like they.
I mean, it was. Like I said, the movie implied it. Hey, the movie implied it was real people that were eating, which it makes it even more gross.
But see. Also, that being said, shout out to Daniel Baldwin. We didn't know he had a Baldwin in this movie, but
I mean, hey, D, it's the '90s. You throw a rock, you're gonna hit a Baldwin. Come on now.
That's terrible, man. That's terrible. Of course, it was going to hit the Baldwins. Everything.
It's like, who can I afford on my $45 million budget? Which Baldwin brother can I get?
Who can I afford and be like, and I'm friends with?
I know, right?
The Baldwin's kind of like me.
Like, I'll throw one of them in there. He doesn't mind getting killed.
Hey, can Billy be in this? Oh, he costs too much. Let me get Steven. How the fuck does he cost? Let me get Daniel. I thought so. Daniel wasn't doing that.
I honestly think Daniel was high on coke in that scene, so that wasn't even acted. It was like, "Are you high, Daniel?" Yes, I am. All right.
All the Baldwins except Alec and probably William. Well, no, Alec. No, just Alec. All of them outside of Alec had a drug problem. If you ask
Alec drank. I do know that.
Alec, yeah, he was a boozer, but
he was a boozer.
He's what you call like, I thought you drink. Nah, you're not. I drink, but sexy drinking. I don't be doing this blackout shit.
you mean Frank Sinatra drinking?
I mean, Tony Stark drinking, where it's cool.
Oh, Jesus. 90s comics, Marvel comics, Tony Stark drinking.
That's what I say, like sexy drinking. Come on, man.
It's like, I have a scotch. It's great, right?
Come on, man.
That's the fifth scotch at 9 a.m. this morning, Mr. Stark.
You're like this. Come on, man. We all had a beer early in the morning. Tony. Which beer is that? 10. What time is it? It's just 9 o'clock.
No, D.
It's 9 in the morning.
Hey, D. In Alec's case, it was it probably went something like this. Like, Alec, what are you doing? It's 9:30. It's 9:30 in the morning. It's my second glass.
Oh, that was him. That was him as soon as he stepped foot on the SNL in the writer's room and shit. Like, Alec, what are you doing? It's whiskey. What are you talking about? I can't drink while I'm writing.
It's like, why? Like, why are you drinking? Like, why are you drinking at 9:30 morning? But my man says it's my second. He's like, it's my second one. He just pulls out. He pulls out the freaking jug.
It's Alabama. Well, as a good actor that I am, I must be in pure shape, sharp as a tack. That's why I need to have booze. Now give me my booze.
Oh yeah, you could actually to make it better. You could hear his thoughts as he's drinking.
Oh yeah, this tastes good.
I mean, but like,
oh yeah.
I humped every piece of ass on SNL.
Can't wait to tell the world that time me and Kim Basinger killed a whole bunch of midgets in a car.
I just find it funny even more. Dan Akroyd had music connections, which I get because Blues Brothers, and he got Digital Underground.
Here's the sick part about this story. Dan personally picked them out of all the hip hop groups that he was interested in. He was like, Digital Underground, they're good. I'm sorry, like Dan, you knew him like that?
Like, I guess he liked do what you like. All right.
He liked
I really like that. I won't sugarcoat it. I really like that Humpty dance.
Got to tell you something about the Humpty dance. The Humpty dance is showing everybody around the country. I love it when Dan talks.
Dan
like
Akroyd, I'm sorry. There are white people.
Yeah, look. Here's Dan's chance to do it, baby. Yeah, I love that.
I love that.
Dude, the fact that they did so many cuts and so many takes for that scene, and he was enjoying himself playing the fucking organ and stuff, which they spent another $20,000 to make that custom organ for his character.
Okay. So first off, number one, we get to see Chevy and all the rest of them go through the bullshit they went through with the judge. We got to see Daniel Baldwin and all his mafia buddies pretty much going to the boninator. That's what it's called, the bone stripper joint. The bone stripper. Yeah, the whole roller coaster. So the black people show up. I'm like, oh
God.
No, the black people show. The black people show up because it's been over an hour. It's been over an hour, and we don't need anybody complaining. And in true Ghostbusters fashion, black people in a Dan Akroyd film are not supposed to show up until about 45 minutes to an hour in.
Can't be fair though. Can't be fair to something.
Don't be mad because it's the truth.
I feel
because the first person I thought was Bobby Brown and Gumby. That's why I started.
Again, he didn't show up until over an hour.
No, but there's something else I have to say. And maybe just because it just depends on who you're around. I feel in a certain era we didn't really necessarily care if black people were in certain movies. Like if this movie didn't have Digital Underground, right, and it's just all white shenanigans and stuff, I wouldn't have tripped off of it. It was like
it would never tip the scale. No,
yeah, it wouldn't. So, but I know it couldn't be made now because people have been like, "Where's the black people?" I'm like, "Do you really want black people in this? Do you really want black people in this?" I don't.
No, let's keep it a real stack here. See, there are some people out there that did not see this movie until they tripped over it on cable, and the very first thing they seen was some black people, and the one person that stood out the most was Tupac.
Yeah.
Yeah,
which is the very first movie.
Now hold on, Tupac didn't even say a word. He's in the movie, and I'm like, hold up, that's Tupac. What movie is this? You look it up. Hold on. First of all, you flip back to the preview channel because you know that shit moves like every 2 seconds.
Channel 2.
You switch to it, and you're like, oh, nothing but trouble. All right. He's in this movie. Then you start asking yourself, is he in this movie from the beginning? 1991. Hold up, he didn't even release his first album yet.
Yeah,
hell, he didn't even start rapping with Digital Underground officially until this movie.
Mm-hmm. And that's and for me, I think for kids of our era that was flipping through it, I know what made them stop. Man, what type of place is this? The second I got to be honest with you. We was on air, we was on layer, we was recording when he passed away, and we'll get to say it again. Shock G is a big part of West Coast music, and he's a big part of why we got one of the biggest artists of all time to actually become a rapper, to actually be rapping. You know what I mean? I think Tupac would have done everything else but rap if Shock G didn't tell him to do it. You know what I mean? He could have like Pac probably would have been a DJ, probably would have just stayed dancing and end up being like Michael K. Williams. You know what I mean? End up dancing for Jan Jackson or something like that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Pac could have done anything else. It was Shock G that got that nigga in the booth. So it's kind of just really cool to not only hear that Dan Akroyd wanted Digital Underground in it, but in that whole situation. This was also Shock G putting Tupac out there. But remember, this was the first song Tupac was on too.
Yeah.
And on top of that, like you said, Tupac, who was already an actor anyway, this is actually his first acting credit. Mm-hmm. So when they started rapping and then he turned around and started going on the organ, D said this. The fuck am I watching? Like it finally hit me all at once. Like because I saw the video. We all seen the video before. So when you finally get context for it, it's like imagine if you will, you're in a movie theater and you don't know that this is actually half a music video anyway. So you're just looking at it just like regular. And he turns around and starts playing the organ. You're like, I'm leaving. Like I can imagine.
I mean, and the fact that was
1991, I'd probably say I'm gone.
And that was the funny thing too, because Chevy Chase and Demi, they're trying to escape and it's not working out. And for the judge to be like, "Oh man, I love playing with you guys. You know what? You can go ahead and go. You're fine."
I loved it. I loved it because he did the same thing with the first 2 times. Where it's like, "All right, come in." So you said, like, "All right, everybody, come on, get closer." And I'm thinking about something now. Real talk. I'm like, he's about to kill Digital Underground. I suspend all the fines. You're free to go. Me as a black person, the niggas won.
No,
he finally got it.
Actually,
the black people won. Yes.
Okay, you know what I wanted to call it, dude? If this was made today, the judge is woke.
Like, hey, judge, I knew you was woke. I'm not woke. I just been alive long enough, or some crap like that. Speaking of which,
the best line he said about what kind of car they drove.
It was
a hearse. It's worse.
He's like, the ambulance is fine. The hearse is worse. Like that crap. Here's me, Dan. You're the best thing in this whole entire movie. Boy, Dan Aykroyd's performance is probably the only reason why I'm going to tell people to watch this movie, because it's something about the judge that is so disgusting, so third world. I love this motherfucker. Everything that spilled out his mouth, man. I loved it. Oh my God. I was shocked how much I liked him.
You want to know something interesting? You want to know something real interesting? And I thought about this when it got to that part in the movie. Mm-hmm. I'm watching I'm watching what was happening when they finally got away, right? Mm-hmm. They finally get away. They're on the train, and they said, you know what? When we get back into town, we're going to call the cops. They get to the cops, and they give them the most long-winded, whiteboard included explanation as to what they just went through. And the cops are like,
shout out to Demi Moore the whole time, who is keeping pace with Chevy Chase. They're like, yeah, and that happened too. Yes, and this, and then the Darwin. Remember, there were twins. There were two of them. Like,
and the cops are just sitting there going, so we can go out there, but we're gonna need you to come with us.
Like, and the fact that the cops were in on it is what makes it.
No, hold on. That's the best. No, see, that's the best part. They show up, and the judge plays off the whole, the old man, like I'm just an old man. Why are you disturbing an old man to sleep? Watch it, turn around, watch out behind you. There's a
hornet's nest.
There's a hornet's nest behind you. They turn around. Hi, judge. I'm like, oh shit.
You know when I knew it. You know what I knew it. The second Bill Murray's brother showed up. I think you should go up there.
Oh yeah, was it Brian Murphy?
But something like, I think it's Brian. I forgot his name, but yeah. But the second I saw Bill Murray's brother, I'm like, hey, Captain, because D loves Flapjack. Hey, Captain Knuckles. So,
no, but Captain Knuckles is my boy. Even before that, I like how the movie, for all its goofiness, there's this mini subplot where Officer Dennis, that's John Candy's character, is like, I'm not cut out to be a cop. Am I more than just being a cop? And I like how the Brazilian couple entices them like
Argentinian couple. I don't know why they kept saying because their passport clearly said Argentina.
First of all, Argentinian brother and sister.
Yeah, brother and sister. I like how they entice him like, come on, you're better than this. Why don't you come with us?
You need to leave. This is better than you, honey. You need to leave.
Take a load off of your job. Just take a nice, long, extended vacation. And I like how he went from holding the freaking Cobra gun to
you know what?
Yeah, that was a Cobra. That was the gun from Cobra.
It's the gun from Cobra minus the laser sight.
He's like, you know what? You guys are right. I haven't had a vacation. Let's get out of here.
Taylor shout out to Taylor Negron. You've seen this motherfucker all through the 80s and 90s. He looks very foreign. He always looked like he could play a Spaniard, maybe a South American, maybe an Italian, but whatever. He was one of the guys that was out. Anyway, not only a good character actor, he was also one of the guys that was openly gay. Everybody loved him. He passed away not too long ago.
Mm-hmm. I wanted to mention that part where the whole, where the cops were in on the whole thing. This reminded me of an episode that I believe this movie was the inspiration for. Now, I watched Duckman out of all three of us. And D, you probably remember this episode. You remember the episode when Duckman and his family went to, they were driving, they went out of town, they got lost somewhere, and they come across a cop, much like John Candy, and the first thing that he asked them was, "You folks lost?"
Mm-hmm.
That line. And then they get sent to this place called Coopville. Now, the judge turned out to be King Chicken's dad.
Oh yeah, I remember that episode. Yeah, they got this whole episode off. They got it. They got it from this
loosely based on this movie. Where everybody in the entire town, and here's the best part. They thought that they what was it? They tried to pull in an out of state. Yeah, they tried to pull in like an out of county official or whatever to try to preside over the court proceedings, right? They pull in King Chicken's dad, and King Chicken's dad came from Bixby, which was literally the town next door. And both sides were siding with him anyway. Because King Chicken was a judge and his father was a judge, and he really thought he was going to get Duckman in that situation where, I finally got him, and it didn't work. It still didn't work.
You know what's so weird about this though, Eris? It feels
that
like this
whole movie inspired this episode. But anyway, go ahead.
It feels like this is just a bad nightmare for a white person.
Oh, it's
like
a horrible nightmare.
like white people don't know the joys that us Negroes go through with the court system just making up bullshit. Okay, so for white people to have like, wait a minute, this doesn't make any sense. This is a kangaroo court.
Can we say because this is 1991? Can we say that this was just two? No, sorry. This was 2 more years of yuppies in peril.
Yes, it was, and that's what a lot of the critics said this movie was. It was another yuppie horror movie because there was a lot of them coming out in the 90s where yuppies just got body slammed by life. So.
Like I'm talking about the this is like the last remnants of the 80s yuppie in peril.
Yeah, they started
to taper off by like 93.
I remember Beetlejuice was like that. Mm-hmm. Beetlejuice was one of those movies where it was yuppies getting their asses handed to them by the supernatural. Basically, it's one of those weird things where if a Zoomer were to make fun of a Boomer getting their ass kicked, it'll be on the same type of vein where they can't do certain things like I don't know, use the internet or some bullshit. I don't know, something that's getting taken away from it. They can't even deal with it no more, man. I think that's where it came from. Oh, look, Chris is still gone. I know, right? I know. Why he's gone, Eris. Let's talk about something that only interests you and me. Now, the episode of Duckman that I was thinking that this actually was based off, no bullshit, because Duckman did go through my mind too. But it was the ghost episode. Now you remember the ghost episode?
Yeah, the ghost episode. The ghost episode where Homer made a guest appearance in the end.
It was probably the mansion or something, but something kind of reminded me of that one. But now that you mentioned it, that was the episode I was thinking of.
Yeah, the court proceeding.
For whatever reason, I was thinking of that episode, man.
You can definitely tell that that this show got a good portion of its humor from this movie.
And it's like this whole movie is already like an armpit under the armpit of people knowing it. Nobody knows this movie like that. So I think you can get away with shit like that, man. Look at him. He's all back, healthy, probably pissed himself.
I had to take a piss, but I didn't piss myself.
Hey. Chris, I made it to the bathroom. I made it.
Made it to the bathroom, washed my hands and everything. That's what you got to do. Good. Sniff your finger. Anyway. Nigga, I ain't asked you to do it. Smells like Dow soap.
Right. No, Chris.
No, Chris, you did it wrong.
You should have looked dead and like, your mouth smell good tonight, nigga. You should.
I ain't that much of a brother.
No, Chris, you should have just said, smells like victory.
Victory to me. That bitch needs to wash herself. Anyway. I remember a dude did that to me the first time. He stuck a finger in my face. Like, that joke stay, man. There's a girl.
That girl's pussy smell like fish. That ain't a good thing, dog. Fuck out of here.
Smell bad, dog. You do something like that, bro.
Nigga, that is straight flounder and trout. Get the fuck out of my face.
It's like, man, that don't make no sense. Like Tyrone, man, I don't want to do it. You were a girl, let me smell. See, that smells like a pussy.
God, you know what?
Straight mackerel.
It get like
God.
I find it funny too that
bad tilapia.
When you were before you had to switch off.
Stingray's gone bad.
Go ahead, Chris.
We were switching off. I was talking about like Jersey is the perfect place to set this movie in because I've driven through Jersey.
It's a shithole.
No offense to anybody that lives in Jersey.
It's a shithole, Chris. They know it's a shithole. They should know it's a shithole.
So it's
what about Maryland? Maryland's a bunch of trees and white people that do meth. Come at me with something.
But PG County is very nice. You should come to PG County. It's very nice.
Pritchard's County is good. What about Pasadena? Now that's the hills have eyes.
Or you come to Waldorf, Wakanda. Maybe if you want to.
You need a passport.
Actually, no, you need a passport at Lexington Park. Waldorf.
I don't know why you keep on calling Wakanda Waldorf Wakanda. There's still white people walking around there with Confederate flags.
Sir, that is St. Mary's County.
No. You have actual not even that. You have actual Klansmen with the freaking hood walking into your local. No, let me finish. You have actual Klansmen walking into your local Harbor Freight store.
Chris, don't do that. Don't try to protect Waldorf like
I'm not protecting Waldorf. What I'm saying is Waldorf is Jerry Jones, diet racist. Come to St. Mary's. It's really racist. I'm talking. Oh, you walk into a bar and there's a bunch of white folks. They're gonna look at you like, "What is you Negroes doing in my bar?"
No. It'll be fine. Hey man, turn on the Washington game. We say redskin around here, nigger.
We say redskin.
My bad, partner.
Ooh, here's me. Ooh, what you gonna do? Where are these white people showing from?
No, it's like Homer when he had all those people coming up around him, like, "Whoa." But the fact that they said it in Jersey and the fact that the coal mine stuff was the part of it, I was like, damn, that is some Jersey shit.
Yep. Here's the fun thing about this, where Dan Aykroyd really got the inspiration for this place is where a lot of people get their inspiration when it comes to mining towns. Centralia. And a bunch of y'all probably already lit up this, listening to this. I know what that is. Centralia was the inspiration for Silent Hill. Yeah. Yep. All these coal mining places. Yeah, Centralia in Pennsylvania. Oh my God, it's a real ghost town and it's scary as crap, man. Chris, let us never go through there if we're going back up to Pennsylvania.
You know what? It's not even just Pennsylvania. It trickles down into a part of Maryland. It's outside Perryville.
Really?
You know that
I've
bridge?
driven through Perryville.
No. See, right before you pass the Hollywood Casino or whatever, that side of Perryville.
Yeah.
When you cross, not the main bridge that's next to the casino, the one all the way on the left side, that bridge. When you drive through Havre de Grace and you cross that bridge, going on the west side of Perryville, when you cross that bridge and you cross into that town, that's nothing but trouble.
I like how you said that. That's not my trouble.
No, seriously, because you gotta make.
I'm pretty sure there's a judge right there waiting for everybody to come.
Because like as soon as you get to the other side, you make that right turn so you can drive along the coast that goes up towards the rest stop on the other side of the main bridge. That whole town, like it's literally ripped out of nothing but trouble.
But you know what? It could be because I'm looking at my license right here, my driver's license right in front of me for some reason. Just a little things I do like about it. I like that the judge was old and feeble. So when he was holding everything in his hand, it was like this slight little shake that was going on. And I was thinking to myself, like, Dan is playing the shit out of this.
I mean, even to the degree of playing the fucking twin babies and stuff.
You want to talk about D not giving a shit and not laughing or showing any emotion. Anytime those two sweat bags showed up, I was like,
what them sweat condom bags? Because they look like fucking giant condoms.
I said this. What is this movie? And in the voice now, the voice that Dan was using for that dude, that was the same voice that he used in Caddyshack 2. When he was in Caddyshack 2, to me, that's one of the worst performances that Dan Aykroyd has ever done.
Because I think, because here's the funny thing, you could take those two characters out and you still have functionally the same movie.
Just gotta throw Demi Moore, have her get lost in the junkyard somehow or something.
Yeah. I don't know. But then that's the thing too. It's like I said, I enjoy, and this is how much of a passion project it was, right? When Dan Aykroyd, after they finished filming, he showed him a director's cut of the film. The studio immediately was like, "Oh God, oh God!"
Everybody in that room looked at Robert Weiss like, "Nigga, you said yes to this. You said yes."
Oh, everybody was like freaking out because they was like, "Ah, shit, we got to do damage control now because fuck."
Somebody called him by his full government, Daniel.
I know.
How much money?
What is this?
What is this? Akroyd? And how much money did you spend?
$5 million over his $40 million budget.
No, I guarantee you, the second the movie went off, they just cut it off. $5 million over the budget. No, sit down, Daniel.
No, I want to know. I want to know. Of that $5 million, what was that spent on? What did you spend the extra $5 million on?
You know what? Here's the thing, Eris, and I always say this, and because people like bringing this up, film only costs but so much. Where?
I mean, that's enough money to do multiple takes. Because I know films cost is that expensive to do that.
That extra $5 million was enough to produce several short films.
I mean, even to the point, like you think about it, even to the point that like okay, so you know how the Chevy Chase, National Lampoon movies, that they have that distinct artwork for the posters.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
They got the same person to do that same artwork for Nothing But Trouble. The studio decided not to use that, and that's when you get the generic, the face poster, and then the generic poster that we got for the film. Right. And I'm like, wow, that it's like I felt that the studio really just went out the way to give a middle finger to Dan Akroyd by doing that shit to him. Like, damn, so you just gave him a generic ass fucking poster. Even the movie premiere, none of them outside of just the people that worked on the film and a couple of the minor actors, none of the principal cast came to the premiere.
Wow. So
I believe it.
Yeah. None of the main cast went to the premiere.
Yeah, and ironic enough, the funny thing is, people laughed and had fun with it. Because, like I said,
I'm pretty sure they did, though, Chris. Like, you see the movie, like, you can tell there are a couple chuckles. Note what I said, a couple chuckles.
But everybody
you worked on it, so you know where the funny
everybody
part
had fun with it. And like I said, opening weekend, the movie came out, it went in 8th place. So it's because like looking at it right now, hold up, let me bring it up. Because opening weekend, because it came out. Now, initially, it was supposed to come out Christmas. After they saw the director's cut, it was like, push that shit to February. And it came out President's Day weekend. So, President's Day weekend, right? You look at the movies, came in 8th. Number 1 was Silence of the Lambs. Number 2, Sleeping with the Enemy. Number 3, King Ralph. Number 4, Home Alone. Number 5, Dances with Wolves. Number 6, Never-Ending Story. Number 6, LA Story. Number 7, Never-Ending Story 2, The Next Chapter. And number 8, Nothing But Trouble.
Let me tell you something, Christopher. Let me tell you something. It only spent 2 weekends in the movie theaters.
They could not wait. They could not wait to yank this movie off of theaters.
I have seen movies that last for 3 weeks. I barely heard. I know it's existed in our time, probably several times over, but it's the shock of just seeing 2 weeks on this list on Box Office Mojo. That's just like, what?
They just said, fuck that.
Warner Brothers did their very best to distance themselves from this project. I'm really surprised that in Space Jam: New Legacy that we didn't see anything.
Falcons, baby.
We didn't see
Dan Akroyd dressed up as a background character.
No, not even Dan Akroyd. Just someone who looks like him, like they did everybody else in the freaking Warner Brothers universe.
Dan Akroyd, look. They show you see LeBron coming out of jump dribbling. You see the judge up there. Best thing, Eris. Only 10% of the audience. That's that's him. That movie
they're doing the Leonardo DiCaprio meme. Yeah, they're doing the DiCaprio meme from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Drink in hand.
I had to blackify that, John. You know how black people we do.
Yes.
Yeah, Curtis and them cousin. That dude,
it didn't even have to be Dan Akroyd. They could have got the John Candy character.
Exactly.
Just get a John Candy lookalike dressed up as a cop. He could have been right there. He could have been right there with floor seats watching the game.
And on some real shit, because D absolutely loves John Candy. He better have floor seats.
He has to have floor seats.
Now here's the funny thing. I gotta find the video, but they did an MTV promotion for this movie, singing singing. I guess basically they were kind of like singing the lyrics to the song, singing the film's title to the tune of the Ghostbusters theme, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Nothing but trouble.
That's why I said
that. Now see that right there. That is pure 90s. That is pure 90s right there.
This is why I still say that watching this movie, it just feels like this to me. This felt like a pitch. Even though it went $5 million over the actual budget, it felt like a pitch for Ghostbusters 3 if Ghostbusters 2 was more successful than the first.
But, here's the thing though, Eris. Even if you, like you say, now note, I'm just going to make a note that you saw that without even hearing about that ad existing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I did.
And here's the funny, and that's how people think. I just always hated when they did this a lot during the 90s, where they would say, hey, that person was on this movie. Let's remind people of that movie so they can see this new movie. To me, how does that work? Advertisers,
I don't
does
know
that
either.
really actually work? Because I know I know there's a sucker for everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, of course you want to get some people on that, but does it really work? Does that really work? Back in the day before IMDb, yeah, probably. So,
I mean, again, if the movie that they were trying to go after was more successful than its original, I could see this pitch having some merit to make a third movie in the 90s. They could have made that third movie in the 90s, and they never did. We never got that actual sequel. To this day, there has never been a proper Ghostbusters 3. You can count the no, I know what you're thinking, D. No, you can count the Ghostbusters video game that came out in 2008.
That's as close as I get.
That's the closest you're gonna get to.
I will actually give you points on that, but
it's as close. It's the closest thing you can get to an actual sequel with the original cast. Before Raimi's passed away.
Yeah.
The crazy part is that he was trying to get Chris Farley to play one of the Bobo twins.
God, 91 Chris Farley. So that had to be
that
had to be Chris Farley when he first got scouted by SNL.
But that's the thing.
Oh, wow.
He did technically start SNL, but the problem was because of SNL schedule, they wouldn't let Dan Aykroyd use him because of the scheduling for SNL. So they couldn't because he was under contract on SNL, and I'm pretty sure SNL had him under contract to where he couldn't do movies while he was under contract with them. So it was like, yeah, can't use him.
True, because some people on SNL have that. Now it's kind of funny though you say that. Now we always say that SNL people are always together. Well, Robert Weiss, he did that for SNL all the way up until what was that last one, Ladies Man, where he will always produce the Saturday Night Live person out there. That all pretty much stopped when by the time Will Ferrell's class came up. You know what I mean? Notice they kind of started breaking away from that, and all the stars that were on Saturday Night Live, they're strong enough to make their own. They don't need to be in that little umbrella like a lot of the guys in the 90s did. Now, that being said, little we know that the umbrella was actually Adam Sandler. A lot of us just didn't know that. But then again, Dan Akroyd and Chevy Chase was a part of that little umbrella. That's why they always had Bill Murray. That's why they always had Chevy Chase. That's always sometimes you see John Lovett show up and stuff like that. So yeah, it's all a part of what class you came out of when it comes to SNL.
Also, Jeff Goldblum apparently auditioned for the role that Chevy Chase plays.
I could see that.
Now, this is early Jeff Goldblum.
Judge.
I can see.
So in other words, I'm not a part of.
In other words, deep cover Jeff Goldblum.
Deep cover Jeff Goldblum.
So he would have got habeas corpus. Me, yes. Now I want to see him in the movie. Great. Now I want him in the movie.
This hot dog is very gray.
So yes, no, right there. You want a hot dog? Actually, it's not kosher. God, no, I want to watch this movie.
No, it's not. It's not kosher at all. No, but actually, this hot dog actually did come from a Jewish person. Well, there it is.
That would have been great. See what Eris just did. Eris, how did you pitch a great line in a movie that never existed? Oh my God, that would have been a great line. Like, no, it's not kosher. Well, actually, it's a Jew. And right there is just like, just actually, I don't think you do like just where there it is. You just,
I'm like,
just show horrified Jeff Goldblum with the big old.
I could hear how horrified he is too. Like, what? No, that's awful. That's terrible. That's not right. That's impossible. That's things that should not be. I mean,
him sliding down that jump, going in the bones. I hear. Okay. Skeletons everywhere.
Right, there's skeletons. There's skeletons all over me. I don't understand this. Where did they come from? Why is this even here?
There was a. What are you talking about, son? Looks like a phallic thing that was there.
That right there. That was an actual funny bone. It stabbed me.
You know what? I'll say this
movie now.
Yo, I'll say this.
Release the Goldblum cut.
What flash you wear? There's a hornet's behind you. Hi, Judge. No. See, no. See. No. This is a dream world. This is a dream world. This is what this is. It's just madness coming before me. Oh my God!
But you know what's wild to me is that I think
this movie would have been 10 times better.
No.
Jesus.
You know what? It's not even madness. That's chaos. This is all chaos. This whole town is chaos.
Stammering, yuppie Jeff Goldblum would have been 1,000,000,000 times better than Chevy Chase. My God, that just shows you how. And I'm not knocking nobody for this, but that shows you how people just don't have a full scope of what that person can be. Because I'm pretty sure they heard Jeff Goldblum, he ain't funny enough. I bet that's what they see.
Can I deliver this line as Jeff Goldblum? So thank you for the espresso machine and the bag of shit.
You know what's wild to me?
You can picture Jeff Goldblum in 91 saying that.
Right there, like, go faster, you remember the position? Go faster. You can just imagine Jeff Goldblum going as fast as I can.
I'm going as fast as I can.
This is the speed limit. I'm going higher than what you want me to. And
I'm going 10 miles over the speed limit. I mean, what do you want me to do?
Speaking of which, I enjoyed using my fake Brazilian. Like, come on, honey, you should make sure you go faster. Like, I love using that voice.
You know what gets me though is that I think Dan Aykroyd going full tilt into the practical effects on everything in the atmosphere. It helped in the atmosphere of the movie. Like when you're on the set of the house, you felt like you were actually on an estate.
You feel like you're
all the stacked cars. Everything. It felt real, and I don't think you could replicate that. You probably could replicate it today, but not to that degree of how much.
No. You can replicate it, and you can replicate it in less than a year because it would have all just been a CG platform.
I don't even go as far as the CG part. Let's not even go as far as the CG.
If it was made today, yes.
I don't think it would. I think it'd be partial, but that's not the point I'm trying to make on this one. The point I'm trying to make is that, Chris, the point I'm trying to make is that, yes, Chris, you are exactly right. If there weren't no practical effects, we wouldn't feel it. Yes, all the rest of that. It is because of that. That type of thing, studios don't take no risk on it. And that's the thing that sucks. It's a thing that I've always brought up every time we mention CGI and practical effects. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this is just a pure example of why studios stopped doing it. We talked about it with Cutthroat Island. We spoke on this one. It's a shame because when you take out something like that, when you take out heart, you do take out heart. You know what I mean? You really take out what this thing could have been, what it could have been, and all that. Now, it's probably a piece of the script was probably a piece of shit when they got it. And even if they revived it and made it better, it probably still want to be a piece of shit. But the fact that Dan Aykroyd took his time, that left an impression. And that's the problem when it comes to that's the biggest problem we have with movies. And Chris, you got to deal with people telling you this all the time. That's the problem that people have with Marvel movies. It's like it don't feel like I can touch nothing. It don't feel I can smell it. It don't feel like I can feel the heat. You know what I mean?
They've gotten better with it now, but I will agree. Maybe phase 1 and phase 2, it did feel that way.
Chris, that's not my point. I'm not here to debate. I'm not here to debate the phases and nothing. I'm just saying that's how people feel.
It's the same way. It's the same. It's the same. No, Chris. It's the same way of looking at Jurassic Park versus Jurassic World. Seeing Chris Pratt in the middle with the 3 freaking raptors, knowing damn well there's nothing there. You know, it's different.
That's what I meant. That's what different. I meant. I wasn't trying to like knock the movie itself. I'm trying to say, give an example. I get why people say they didn't feel nothing with certain scenes in Marvel because it's CGI'd out. Of course, you're not going to feel nothing. You ain't going to feel a hit. Now, you see, like, good example. When they all ran at Thanos, I get why you don't feel it. Now, I get why you don't feel it. Now,
the greatest fake out ever.
Now, Eris, now, Chris. Now, when Captain America went upside Tony Stark's head with that shield, you felt every second of that. There's a difference between action, practical, and CGI.
But also,
and you're probably saying we don't feel that with CGI. Really? You sat through all 3 John Wick movies and loved it.
No, but I think it's also this thing too. And this is also something, and that's kind of like I kind of disagree with Chris Gore on this because he's like this big film guru that everybody sucks the dick of and stuff. He had the same idea that people should take risks, and that's cool. But you need somebody to be there to say no.
Mm-hmm. You definitely do.
And that's something that he's missing in his arguments. It's like, you need somebody, because take a risk, cool, but you need somebody to be like, hey, ease it up a little bit. Because it's not enough just to say, take a risk. It's like, no. You need somebody to be like, no, like, hey, that's not going to work. I get what you're trying to do. Shit. That's not going to work.
It's already bad enough. And I said this, me and actually our boy Anthony, we was having this conversation. I'm like, it's already bad enough that we will get like comics. Like say in comics, we'll get a story like this, robust and everything. Then the publisher comes. Mm-hmm. And then this person comes in to edit. And then that person comes in to edit. And this is the story that you are left with. And everybody that reads it, I felt it was so awesome. It was this, that, or other. And the director is looking all that was taken out like, nigga, do you know what else I had for you?
Now, some writers in comics do.
I'm sorry, Chris. I was gonna say, D, tear off one more because who is it? Because the executive producer says you owe him one.
Yeah. Hold on, tear one more off. Why? I didn't like how you yelled at that woman in the movie. And I really don't like how there's no presence of a woman's. That's what I'm talking about. Unless
you're a special, like even like you said with comics and stuff. Unless you're somebody like Hickman, where Marvel's like, yeah, sure, Hickman, do whatever the fuck you want.
But even then with Hickman, I can guarantee you, look, even with Hickman, yes, who gets free range, they did this.
Sir. Sir. They didn't start doing that until after they delayed Secret Wars, and was like, maybe we need to start reining him in a little bit because
they're like, nah. You see that Chucky right there? Be happy with that.
You want to make Captain America Nazi? All right, we're gonna have to rip some shit out of here because we ain't gonna get you carte blanche on this shit anymore.
Hey, Chris, ultimatums, Jeff Loeb.
Bruh.
Do you see what I mean, Chris? I'm proving your point. Look, I'm proving your point, and I'm proving Eris's point. Yes. What we need is this. But what we also need is when you tear this off, you're tearing off the right thing. Because even if you do tear it off, there's still a chunk of this that could be bullshit.
Because I think I think Dan Akroyd, and that's what I think Dan Akroyd. He needed somebody, and I think that's probably why you had a John Landis that looked at the script like, this is some shit, but I don't have time to be dicking around with this, so no.
Another person that did look at it, despite me saying that story earlier, the one person that really did look at it and really did want to be a part of it was John Hughes. And I'm pretty sure John Hughes probably gave him a couple tips like, nah, take that out. But what we got is what we got.
Yeah, and I think that's what you need is that if we're going to go back to having Hollywood take chances and stuff, it's kind of like, all right, take your chance, but you're going to need somebody to help you punch up that script to where it's not shit. You need somebody that's going to have an eye to kind of like maybe make sure that if you're doing an action movie, your action sequence is at least a little good.
The problem, but that's the problem. But that's precisely Hollywood's problem. Is Hollywood is still piss scared to take chances.
How is it? No,
like how is it that you literally print money with your biggest movies? What do you have to lose?
Because
man, hold on. Better question. What movie has come out in the last 2 decades that like that bombed so bad that it potentially bankrupts a freaking studio?
Well, it's not that. It's a little bit of
it's been a while since we got one of them.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a little bit of
a movie,
but it's a little.
And there's been a number of bad movies. Go ahead, Chris.
It's a little bit on the studios because they should take the risk, but it's also the audience because the audience, unfortunately, as much as people sit there and say, "Well, Hollywood doesn't," no, the audience ain't stupid, but the audience also, unfortunately,
no, Chris, you use the word.
You said it right the first time.
Stupid. We are stupid.
Unfortunately,
it kills me how intelligent we are, and we over criticize a movie for doing all this stuff that is actually challenging and smart, and then we rein it in. It was funny,
and that's the thing. It's kind of like when people talk about, like I said, us as black folks, we talk about we want to see more black movies. It's like, okay, but you're getting those black movies, right? Like years ago when Dope came out, right? And I was like, hey, that's actually kind of different from Tyler Perry because that was like during the latter part of Tyler Perry stuff. I was like, hey, it's actually pretty good, but we over criticized it, even though it was a really good movie. We over criticized it and stuff. You talk about like some of the mid-budget movies. There were some mid-budget movies that came out that were good, but again, because it wasn't wang bam and blowing up and shit, it's like, I don't know. And I'm like,
exactly.
But this is what you guys wanted.
But the one thing, and the reason why this is the reason why I love the critic so much, the crap that he was talking about in the 1990s in that show, talking about how audiences are fickle and all that, it's the same problems we have today.
Yeah.
And I made a joke before where it's that everything bad about movies now came from the 90s. I stand by that. Yeah. But audiences to me have always been the same. And the reason why I say that is because I actually sat and watched Lindsay's whole thing on this. Musicals that came out in the 1970s and audiences proves to me audiences have always been the same. They have always been the same. Very smart and yet very fucking stupid.
But also, I think it's also the aspect of the ease of being able to make your own shit because all you need is this and that's it.
But then again, Chris, and we just talked about it.
You can't make a movie on your phone. Go ahead. Dude.
And that's great. But Chris, remember when I brought out this thing and I told you, yeah, it's fun to do a whole movie on there. Who's editing this shit?
And that's the
who's saying no.
Yeah.
Who's saying no?
Unless you're actually making it yourself, it's like, all right, cool. And again, it goes back to the audience and stuff. So it's like, I think everybody, when we're talking about movies and Hollywood taking risks, I think Hollywood, they want, I guess, put it this way, some studios don't mind taking risks. I think John Wick is like the first time Hollywood was like, hold up, we can actually make action movies and it not be crazy expensive. Shit.
But then you end up getting people like Gareth Edwards who go overseas and make movies.
Well, I mean, he did a raid for like $2 million.
That's what I'm saying. You take a budget of $2 million and you can produce a high octane action movie like that.
You're right. It's like, see,
why do you have to go overseas with a very small budget to make the movie that you want to make because Hollywood is too piss scared to do it here?
Yeah, they'll distribute it, but they ain't gonna want to put their money up.
Oh, they'll distribute like hell.
The closest, I'm sorry, D. The closest we got to that, Chris, was the movie that me and you saw, The Protege.
Yeah. But that's kind of like The Foreigner when me and D saw it. It's along the same lines as The Foreigner, pretty much, in terms of, because no Hollywood studio is gonna be like, hey, put Jackie Chan in the movie. It's been a while. They're gonna be like, fuck Jackie Chan. We don't want that motherfucker in the movie anymore. Hell no.
Like,
putting our money up for that shit.
Like, what are we gonna do? Cast him as a cop again?
Yeah, exactly. So, but meanwhile, you have another studio that's like overseas. It's like, hey, Jackie, we'll put you in this movie, and you're gonna be opposite fucking James Bond. Yeah, let's do that.
You're the lead. You're not the supporting character.
And I think, like, really, what it is movies are getting the way to make movies. That's it is getting big.
Cutting out D
again.
Yeah, it's like delayed like a motherfucker.
I like how his camera is hella delayed and the audio is like 10 seconds ahead.
Yeah, man.
I love the internet.
I know, right? God bless the ring.
God
Ear
bless.
gaze. Ear guys.
Why such an obscure game?
Talk about a game that didn't age well. I actually
Did
played.
not.
I you know what, D. Harris, real quick. I know we're still recording, but I don't give a shit. Hey guys, I actually was going to stream that game, and I played it after modding this PlayStation Classic. The game did not age well at all. My memories was just of, oh shit, I get to play as Cloud and Sephiroth and Tifa.
You look through that shit through Chris. You would look through that shit through the thickest rose tinted glasses on planet Earth.
I played it and beat it, and I was like, oh god,
like
what the fuck was I thinking?
Like, this was not worth my time.
I am not streaming this shit at all.
I can never get this time back.
Let me go and play some Ridge Racer 4 and get this watch the taste of this game out of my goddamn mouth, man.
And to make it, hold on, Chris, and to make it worse is the game actually has the time it took for you to beat the game. You look at it and go, I can never get that time back.
I can't get that time back playing Air Guys. Like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Are y'all still talking about Air Guys?
No,
yeah. We were just waiting for you to come back.
Man, let's see this shit, man.
No, but anyways, I would say this, guys. I did like how a lot of folks, when I posted that thing last night about Nothing But Trouble, we had a couple of people that was like, hey, I remember watching it as a kid. I did too. I remember watching this on HBO as a kid. It was one of those things that came up on HBO all the time, Nothing But Trouble. And I did watch it. It was kind of one of those, like, it was background noise a little bit sometimes. Because it's like you want to watch it, but you don't really care much. It's like, oh, whatever, that kind of thing.
That was Broken Arrow for D.
Wow, really? Broken Arrow was background noise.
I did. Look. I know we reviewed it. I ain't a fan.
That's fair.
Oh Lord. Anyway, man, I'm glad we did this movie. I'm so glad we did it. I'm glad we did it, and now we can never talk about it ever again.
Put the fucking Disney vault and lock it up.
All right, so the next two movies are going to be more akin to the Halloween spirit, everybody. So the next movie is probably going to be Tremors, or it's going to be I Drag You to Hell. I know it's not I Drag You to Hell, but I like calling it that because I like seeing white bitches get dragged to hell and get beat up for an entire damn movie.
It should be Drag Me to Hell because I like Sam Raimi's sensibilities of horror. It's like, it's scary, but it's the goofy kind of scary that you just love. I like it. I like it. Don't do the pumpkin. We got kids that watch this.
We'll scratch this joke on my face like, hey D, why are you putting the dick on your face?
It's like, we got kids that are watching this. YouTube's gonna demonetize this.
They're gonna demonetize the living crap. There's a rogue penis at the end of this.
Cut it. You get no money, sir. Like, we only made like 5 cents off this video. This sucks.
Right. Anyway, like I said, next week more than likely, like I said, it's going to either be Tremors or it's going to be Drag Me to Hell. Drag you to hell, drag me to hell, drag to hell, whatever. Drag me to hell. I don't know why. See, I'm fucking up the pronouns. Anyway, that is it. We see y'all niggas next week. Peace.